Hi guys, Dave here with a new lick lesson for you. Before we crack on with the lesson, I'd just like to let you know that you can now support this channel on my Patreon page. So if you just head on over to there, you can discover all the benefits of becoming a patron, such as PDFs for all of these licks that I show you in both music and tab. Okay, on with the lesson. So this is basically a Greg Howe inspired lick. And it's basically a triplet form, and there's going to be tapping, but there's also going to be some left hand hammer-ons as well, quite a lot in this. So on with the lick. It starts by playing a C major 7 arpeggio. So what I'm doing now is I'm tapping on 19, pulling off to 15 and then on to 12 on the E string. Then I now tap 15, pull off to 12, and then left hand hammer on 13 on the B. Like that. Then I tap on 17 on the B, pulling off to 13 on the B, and then left hand hammer on the 12th fret of the G. And then I'm going to do one more, tap on 17, pulling off to 12 on the G, and then 14 on the D with a left hand hammer on. Now when you play these things slowly, you might discover that you're not getting a great deal of volume, but don't worry too much about that, because once you start playing this up to more of a tempo I should say, you'll find that the volume will start to kind of even out as you become more comfortable with the pattern. So even at that pace you can start to hear it sounding more even. Alright, so that's the descending part, and now you're going to do it ascending. So for that, I tap on the 17th fret on the D, pulling off to 14, and then left hand hammer on the 12th G. Then on the G string, tap 15, pull off to 12, and then hammer on 13 on the B. And then on the B, tap 17, pull off to 13, and then hammer on 12 on the E. One last one, tap 15 on the E, pull off to 12, and then hammer on with the left hand finger for 15th fret. So you get that sort of thing. So there's a lot of kind of swapping between tapping fingers and left hand fingers. Like that. Like so. Okay, and then basically it's going to be the same pattern sequence wise, so I'll just give you the actual frets that we're playing for the next bit. So this is going to be a B minor 7 arpeggio. So for that I'm playing on the E, I'm playing 17, 14 and 10, then tap 14, pull off to 10, hammer on 12 on the B, then it's tap 15 onto 12 on the B, 11 G, then 16 on the G, tapping and then pulling off to 11, hammering on 12 on the D. So and then we do the ascending version. So that is 14, 12 on the D, 11 G, 14 G, 11 G, hammering on 12 on the B, and then that's tapping 15 on the B, pulling off to 12, and then hammering on the 10th fret on the E. And then finally tapping 14 on the E, pull off to 10, and then hammer on with the left hand finger this time on the 14th. And again, once you've got these things up to speed, they start to even out a little bit. Okay, so once you've got up to there, then we're basically going to take that same pattern and move it down 2 frets. So this is going to be an A minor 7. So it's the same pattern, but I'll go through the frets if you want. So the first 6 notes, I've got tap on the 15, pull off to 12 onto 8 on the E, then tap 12, 8, hammer on 10 on the B, so that is tap 13 B, pull off to 10, hammer on 9 on the G, then tap 14 on the G, pulling off to 9, hammering on 10 on the D, and then we come back up. So that is 14 tap on the D, pull off to 10, hammer on 9 on the G, tap 14 G, pull off to 9, hammer on 10 on the B, then tap 13, pull off to 10 on the B, hammer on 8 on the E, and then finally tap 12 on the E, pull off to 8, and then hammer on 12 like that. Okay, and then the final one is going to be like the first pattern. It's going to be another major 7, this time a G major 7. In fact, we're only going to do it descending this time because I've got a little run up that happens afterwards. So we're just going to do that much. So that's tapping on 14, pulling off to 10 onto 7 on the E, then tap 10, pull off to 7, hammer on 8 on the B, then tap 12, pull off to 8 on the B, hammer on 7 on the G, then on the G, tap 12, pull off to 7, and then hammer on 9 on the D. So and then I'll do a slightly different run up. So for that, I'm tapping on 10 on the A, then I hammer on 7, 9 on the D, and then tap 12. So I start the string with a left hand hammer on, like that. I'm going to do something similar on the B. I hammer on 8 and 10, tap 12 on the B. Then on the E string, I hammer on 10, 12, tap 15, and then come back down, like that. Like that. And then I would start the whole sequence off again. And the only thing I change is once I've done, then to finish off the whole run, I just land it on the 12th fret of the G string to finish off. So that's the whole lick. It's one thing I forgot to say at the beginning, the whole sequence is in the key of G, and I've just taken the first 4 chords out of a G major. So yeah, it's the first 4 chords. So C major 7, B minor 7, A minor 7, and then finishing on the G major 7. There you go. Well, I hope you get a lot from this lick, guys, and feel free to kind of experiment, try different patterns and shapes with this little sequence. I think you'll find you'll get quite a lot out of it. Alright then, guys, have fun with this, and I will see you for one real soon.